Good Monday morning. So glad you guys are here with me. And this is a special week here in the United States. We celebrate Thanksgiving this week. And it's going to be the craziest Thanksgiving, I think, that we've ever experienced in our lives. I know here at the Kaminski household, that definitely is going to be the case. We've got a few cases of the coronavirus in our family. And so it's going to be a very different experience. Don't worry, it's nobody in my household, but there are just family members that we typically celebrate Thanksgiving with that we will not be able to have that opportunity to do this year. But today we are going to be sharing one tool that I am so grateful for to have in my tutoring business, and that tool allows me to be able to schedule all of the meals that I'm going to have with my family throughout the entire week. I'm able to come up with my meal plan, my grocery list. I can save recipes to easily access and so many other amazing things. And so today what I'm going to be doing is I am going to share with you what is this app and how can I use it. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to switch on over to the app so that you can see it for yourselves. So let's come on over here, switch cameras. And the name of the app is called the Paprika app, and it looks like this. You download it inside of your app store. And they actually have a sale on the app for it for Black Friday. So it's typically like $4.99, which you only pay once. So it's an incredible deal to begin with. But then it's like 40% off. So it's like $3 or less that you're going to pay for this particular app. And it is one of the biggest lifesavers inside of my business, because here's what I can do. I can save every single recipe that I have inside of it. I can take these different recipes and I can also save them into categories. So I have different categories inside of here. So maybe I want to do some different dinner ideas. These are all different dinner recipes that I specifically have saved inside of the app. So now let's take a look real quick at when I want to do a meal plan. All I have to do is click on meals and choose the day. Now, this is a very different week for us because we were away all weekend. So we actually didn't meal plan this week and have a lot of catching up to do. But if you take a look, all I have to do is there's this little plus button. If I click on this plus button, I now can either add a note or add a recipe. Let's say I'm going to go over here, add a recipe. I want to choose some dinner ideas. And let's say I would like to just make some baked ravioli. Well, I can just put right here, baked ravioli, choose the day, click next, and it is added to our dinner plan for Monday. I can go to the next day and I can add a recipe that I've saved inside of here. And I'm going to show you how easy it is to save a recipe inside of here. But if we go on over here, let's say that, okay, next day for dinner, we want to put inside of there our chicken chili crock pot. We'll put that next and save. I can save lunches, I can save breakfasts, I can save snacks, whatever I want to save on there, I can do. One of the cool things that I can do is I can now hit these three little dots and I can add everything onto my grocery list. So now when I go to the store, I have all of the ingredients that I'm going to need at the grocery store. I can take a look and be like, okay, well, clearly I don't need water, so I can deselect that real quick. I can say, okay, I do need these things. Let's see. I probably don't need the ground beef. We've got lots of it. Chopped cabbage I will need. Minced garlic I won't need. And then you can actually save spices and seasonings that you typically have inside of your cabinet. you can set it up so that it won't tell you the things that you're going to need to buy. And so I can actually deselect these because I usually have these items. And then I go up here, there's a little add button. I know there's a little thing right there, but if I just click now this little add button, bada bing, bada boom, there it is. So now I have inside of here all of the groceries that I'm going to need in order to make these meals. So now if I click on over here into groceries, it has all of the groceries organized by where you find them in the store. So we've got canned jar goods, dairy, frozen foods. So it's nice and organized for me. I can just go to the store now and I can edit this as I buy. So as I buy, all I have to do is swipe and it will delete it. If I click on it, it tells me actually what recipe it's for. So let's say all of a sudden I am taking a look and I'm like, oh, I can't find this particular ingredient. Okay, well, I don't need that until Wednesday because that's when we're eating it. So we're good to go. So that's really, really helpful. Now, let's say I want to add a recipe inside of here. Let's say that I am just in my search browser, late at night, looking at recipes. I can come on over here and I can put in, let's say I'm looking for a cranberry sauce for Thanksgiving. Cranberry sauce recipe. I'm just going to type it on in. Go. And now I have different cranberry sauce recipes. Let's say I want to go with this one. I am just going to take the URL, copy it, and now I'm going to go back into Paprika. I'm going to go to browser in Paprika, and I can actually do all of the searching inside of Paprika if I wanted to, but I'm going to just paste that in there and go. And here is that recipe. All I have to do now is click this little download button and watch this. This is like magic, you guys. Here it is, completely saved with an image, with the directions, and look at this. I can categorize it. So if I'm like, okay, this is a side dish, then if I've got side dishes right here, right, I can put it as my side dish category, and I will go over here, and now it's listed under the categories of side dishes. And another thing that I can do is I always tell my family, like, hey, on a scale of 1 to 5, what did you think of this? Because now I can kind of do this and I can say, okay, this was a 4 for my family. This is a 4 stars, or this was 5 stars. They loved it. This really helps me again with meal planning for things that I know that they are going to love. You guys, today we are going to be doing another drawing in a few minutes where you're going to get to win our really cool Cat in the Hat t-shirt about tutoring. So if you guys are interested, just tell us who you are and where you're from. What do you think so far about this app? All you have to do to be able to enter is just comment. So you can either tell us who you are and where you're from, or you can tell us, what do you think of this app so far? Is this something that you can see yourself using to be able to do your meal planning? I know the other day my husband had said to me, hey, Joanne, we need to go to the grocery store real quick. And I was like, oh, okay, cool. We didn't have a grocery list yet. And it was going to be 5 minutes to get to the grocery store. All right, we're only 5 minutes away. So I go into the app, boom, boom, boom. I entered in all of the meals that I needed. And just like that, we had our entire grocery list. It was awesome. All right. I'm going to come on over here and show you some of the other really cool tools that you can do here. So you've got Pantry, right? So Pantry is that piece that I was telling you, that here are the things that you can put into your pantry that you have, so that you don't have to constantly deselect it every single time as part of your recipes. And this will help you with doing that. So you can actually add what is inside of there. Let's say you are cooking one of the things that you've added on in. So let's say I am making let's go back here. I'm going to go to my meals. let's say I'm making the baked ravioli, okay, and I go to my directions here. There's a little timer at the bottom. So you know how sometimes you're like, oh, that needs to like cook for like 20 minutes. I can just add a timer right inside of here. And I can say, oh, let's put on a timer for 5 minutes. And I hit start. And it has the ability to go off then so that I know when 5 minutes is up. This is actually really helpful, you guys, when you have, when you're cooking in other locations and you're like, how do I use the timer in here? Or if you don't want to be able to use like your Alexa or your phone, this will definitely help you to be able to do that. So let's come on over here. A lot of times I'll have recipes that people have given me over the years that I want to be able to add inside of here. And that's also really easy to do. All I have to do is just click on here and click add. And now I can create my own recipe so that it is always saved in here. Now, if you have it written inside of like a cookbook, you are going to have to type it in, but just know that this is the one time that you have to do that. So at the end of the day, it's going to save you a lot of time because you're not going to have to do it. You could also, there are different apps where you can take a picture and then turn it into a Word document. And then you could just copy and select and put it inside of here. But there have been times where I've just added manually the recipe and it's like, look, it's in there now. I don't ever have to worry about it again. We're all good to go. So it's really fun because you can even search, like I mentioned before, inside of the browser here. So if I just type in a search, let's say I'm looking for that cranberry sauce recipe, I could put cranberry sauce recipe go. And look, it just went right to Google and I can search right inside of here. So I don't even have to leave here if I don't want to. I can just now click and I can say, oh, this one looks good. And if I want to save this one as well, then I can click save, download, and it is downloading. So let's go back on over since we just got interrupted there. All right, there we go. So if we come on over now, let's say that I wanted to make some changes. I love this because there are some ingredients that I personally don't like using when I'm cooking. So I can actually edit. So if there's something I think is going to make a better edit for next time, I can add that on in there. I'd be like, you know what? A cup of white sugar was a lot. I feel like it could be less sweet. I feel like a half a cup of white sugar would have been just fine. And I can just change it that way. Let's come back on over to the recipes really quick here. I'm just going to grab the cheeseburger roll-up. Inside of here, I can, like I mentioned, I can edit at any point in time. I can take this button, I can click edit. And if I want to add something to it, I can. If there's something in the directions that didn't make sense or I changed up how I did it in the directions, I could do that. But I can also, watch, this is so cool, you guys. I'm going to go cancel. If I'm making this, I can actually scale and convert it. So now I can scale it. If I go over here, I can say, you know what? I'm having a party, so I'm going to scale it to 4. And now it's scaled everything. So now when I save this to my grocery list, it's going to have the right amount that I need to be saved inside of there. So that's a really helpful tool to be able to utilize and do, which I absolutely love inside of this app. It also, you guys, one of the cool things that it does, I'm going to bring myself back on here. One of the cool things that it does is I'm on a family account, right? So everyone in my family has the app. So they're able to download the app. And if I need somebody to go to the grocery store, they just go to the grocery store and grab the things that we need. And boom, we've got it. Another thing that makes meal planning easy in my family is everybody has like a selected day that's going to be their day to make something. And so the cooking doesn't really fall on one person every single day of the week. A lot of times my husband makes the meals. Sometimes we'll tell my daughter Becca to make the meals. We'll be like, okay, tonight's your night, Michaela, for your meal of the day that you're going to be making. And they kind of have their own specialties of meals that they know how to make, that they enjoy making. And it turns now mealtime not into something that, is a big, huge hassle, and really, really helpful. So hopefully you guys are seeing a lot of value in that, and be able to utilize that. I'd love to be able to hear, like, do you guys have any suggestions for people for meal planning that you want to be able to share with other people? As I took a picture of like all of the amazing features that this particular app has, and let me grab, oh, maybe I didn't take a picture. I thought I did. Let's go back here. We're going to go to library, camera. Yep, there it is. So here are all of the features that it has. I'm going to share the screen again with you guys. So it says that it's got the recipe, download the recipes from your favorite websites, the grocery lists, the pantry. So you can use that pantry to keep track of which ingredients you have and when they expire. The meal planner, so you can meal plan each week. The menus, you save your favorite meal plans if you want to. Like, let's say you want to reuse a certain meal plan, you can reuse it over and over again. And then there is the, let's see if we can get this to, it's about as good as we can get it there. You can sync the grocery lists. So you can save it to, like, my husband will have the list, my daughters will have the list. And the other thing that you can do is it works on Wi-Fi. It works with and without Wi-Fi. Obviously, it won't send anything if you're not on Wi-Fi, but it will save it on there. So there have been times when my kids have been at the grocery store and I need to add another item on there. They see that immediately on there, so I don't have to call them. They see it on the list immediately. You can adjust and scale your ingredients. You've got the cook time on there. You can search inside of there. You can input from other apps. I don't use any other apps, but you could. You can export your meals to your calendar and your grocery lists to reminders. You can share recipes with other people. That's the other thing that I actually forgot to mention with you guys, is that you can share these different recipes with other people that they're like, oh my gosh, I love that recipe. Can you share that recipe with me? It takes 2 seconds. I go into the recipe and I click share and where I want to share it to. Do I want to share it to their email, text, messenger, and I can easily just put it in there. So I just got an email this morning and I was super excited because they said that on iOS and on Android that it is now 40% off. So it typically is $4.90. So that means it's going to be $2.99 for the app. That's incredible. So that was a really good guess of $3. What do you guys think? But it is very, very, we're going to crash the Paprika app. Nope, we're not going to crash the Paprika app. That is not going to happen. Which is very good, right? No, I think that's an incredible, incredible deal. I know, $2.99 versus the $4.99. That is absolutely insane. So, I mean, for $3. And the fact that it organizes the heck out of you. That's why I said this was a huge hack, you guys, because you have the ability to be completely planned, not buy food at the grocery store that you don't need, and never worry about what is going to be for dinner tonight, and never worry about that, like that argument inside of your head, like, what are we going to have tonight? It's like you just go to the app and you're like, there we go. Okay, now we go make it. Now, there are times where inside of our family, like, I don't really feel like that. Then we'll go to another night and be like, well, let's make that instead. We have all the ingredients for that. And then we go and we buy the stuff we need for that. Not buy, make it, because we already have the ingredients, because we already bought the ingredients. And then we're like, we'll just have the other thing the other night. And so it all works out. And I think it's a really, really good deal. Yeah. So if you like a good deal, you need to go on in. So what I'm going to have right now is I'm actually going to have Elizabeth come in just a little bit early and have her share with you guys who our winner for our t-shirt is. So we have been giving away t-shirts, and let me show you what the t-shirt looks like. I'm going to share it with you guys. This is what our t-shirt looks like. It says, I will tutor you in a room. I will tutor you now in Zoom. I will tutor you in your house. I will tutor you with my mouse. I will tutor you here or there. I will tutor you because I care. So this is the t-shirt that we are currently giving away. And like I said, I'm going to have Elizabeth come on in. She will be here. Here she is. Do-do-do-do. I will tutor you. Here we go. Oh, she just turned down her volume. Hey. Hello.
Sorry,
so I saw you just got the app.
Yes, I'm very excited.
Yeah.
I knew about it because you told us about it a while ago in the Insider Secrets Club, but it was months ago, and then when I saw this video, I was like, oh yeah, that app sounds awesome. So
oh my gosh, it's so fun. It's so fun to save the recipes too. Like I'll just be like scrolling at night looking for different recipes, like, hey, let's switch things up, and then I just like upload it inside of Paprika, and I'm like, oh my gosh, this is amazing. No longer do you have to print those recipes out. It's earth friendly for the environment. And just so you guys know, like I literally am not trying to sell this to you guys because I am trying to make money off of you. Okay, totally not. I'm sharing you guys.
Affiliated with it.
I am sharing this app because I've been using it for the past 5 years, and the question was asked inside of the Insider Secrets Club last week. Joanne, how do you figure out meals for the week? Like, how do you plan all that? And I was like, oh my gosh, I have the best hack.
Especially like when you're tutoring all day, or like when you're busy running your business all day, and then it's like, how can we fit meal planning into that? And so this is a lifesaver for so many busy tutors. So
for sure. And the other thing that you can do now with grocery delivery is you've already got your list there, right? You can just upload your list to the grocery delivery, or just search for the items on the grocery delivery app, put them on in, and have them delivered to your house.
That I didn't even think about that. That's so cool.
Yeah. So that's another thing. If you're like over the top busy, if you're in that situation, which some of us are in that situation.
And I don't know about you, but in our house, we've been actually cooking more, I feel like, since we've been quarantined.
Yeah.
Because everything's kind of shut down, and we've just had more time too, more family time to explore different recipes and cook more. So it's been kind of fun, and this would be another way to explore different recipes. So I'm excited.
Yes.
So and it just seems like a really convenient way to have it all in one place as well.
Yes. And Lynn promised her Jumpstart team that she is not going to get sidetracked with Paprika now, although it is a really cool app. So very, very cool. All right, so are you ready to spin that wheel?
Yes. Somebody just snuck into the comments, so let me enter their name, and then I will. Yep, perfect. So
all right, here we go.
awesome. Um, so let me share my screen here. Oops, wrong button. Sorry, guys. All right. So can you see the wheel
Yes, we can.
along with my jillion tabs? But um. All right.
All right, here
So
she goes. So she's going to press that wheel and we get to see who is the winner. Are you ready? On your mark, get set, go.
let's see. Whoop. Lynn Wilson.
Lynn, you're the big
Woo!
winner, Lynn. You get a free t-shirt. So
Yes.
message Beth, tell her what size you would like for your t-shirt, and also your address to her so that I can send it to you. All right. So we are so
Yay.
excited to be able to give that to you, and I hope that everybody has a very safe Thanksgiving this year. As I mentioned, my in-laws actually have COVID this year, and they're usually the ones that organize Thanksgiving. And my brother-in-law has it, and we spent a lot of time with him and his family. And so, we're just going to be praying for everybody's safety during this really tough time
Yeah.
in our world, and just continue to be grateful for all of the amazing things and people that we have inside of our lives. So, everybody, stay safe this Thanksgiving, and continue doing you and doing your online tutoring business. Bye, everyone.
Bye.